awesome.
oh my God, I cannot believe that I'm here with you.
Oh, please, I cannot believe I'm here with you. You are a busy lady, aren't you? I just saw you doing another live. How many lives did you have today?
I have only two.
Okay, good.
You and the first one. 2 days ago I had three. Yesterday I had two, and today two.
Oh my goodness. Well, you
Yeah.
know, this is good preparation for Miss Universe because it's going to be just like that. You're going to be go, 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 go the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's right. That's totally. It is already in preparation for Miss Universe. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like I'm participating alongside all of you ladies because I'm also in this mode right now. As I was just saying, I took my makeup off last night after a live with Miss Nigeria. And now this morning, first thing I wake up and I'm putting it back on again. And that's how it's going to be for what, 2 weeks? You're competing for 2 weeks, right? In Israel?
Yes, 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be go non-stop. And there's going to be moments where you'll be completely exhausted. I'm sure you already know, because in your national pageant, probably
I
it was
mean,
the
I
same.
just won the Miss Universe pageant, the Miss Universe Brazil pageant. So I had only like 3 weeks. So I am in a rush yet. So yeah, I mean, we get used to,
We get used to it, but at the same time, there comes a moment where you feel like, oh my God,
Yes, we
enough
do.
eyelashes,
And you know
enough
what?
high
It's good to
heels.
respect this time too. Sometimes we get a little bit tired, and it is totally normal. But I feel that we need to respect that and sometimes
Yeah.
take a break to really settle down and come back and then go again.
Right.
So
So
that's
what do
what
you
I'm
do and
trying.
how do you manage that? Because when you have such a busy schedule, where do you find the time and how do you fit in those moments of relaxation?
Well, I really like to take a moment like on Sunday, where I don't touch the phone. I go somewhere outside with green, nature that really makes me connect more with myself. So take really a break one day and at a week, and then we come back.
Yeah. And then you come back more recharged and more ready to
Yeah.
tackle our goals, right? We all
Yeah,
have
that's right.
goals, whether
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
pageants or
God
other.
made the earth in 7 days and he rest. He took a rest on the seventh. So we have to do the same thing. I believe in that.
Exactly. So only one day of rest, right? That's enough for
Well,
out
in
of
this
7.
moment, just one.
Okay, yeah, why not? Because if it's something like making the earth or competing at Miss Universe pageants, you really cannot take more than one day off.
Yeah, not at the Miss Universe, but I think that we get prepared for that. And if you are doing something, if you are living in a dream, that motivates you. So even if I am tired and very slowly, the dream really gets you to really alive,
Yeah,
and live that
motivate.
moment. So yeah, motivated. That's right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, for sure, for sure. And excuse me, besides a pageant, if you're not competing in a pageant, what gives you energy? What, infuses you with that incredible winning energy to go for your goals? Is it special books? Is it special meditation techniques? Is there anything that you can say, oh, that's my go-to thing to do? Or maybe listen to something?
well, I am a person that loves to read and also to know people, to know their stories, and to travel, to be very open mind to everything. And when I learn things, that really motivates me because it really gives me a light, like a sparkle that I want to live, that I want to do, my purpose in general. So I think that it is all connected, when we take these breaks and reflect and do things about ourselves. Like one thing that I love to do is yoga, meditation too, going to church. And so these things really help me to really know what I carry in me, and that motivates me.
Beautiful. That's all part of that energetical preparation that I always talk about. When we're going into a pageant, you can't just focus on physical and mental preparation alone. You have to consider that energetical, spiritual side of us, which is going to make you shine and glow at Miss Universe, as you already are. You have
Oh,
this
thank you
amazing,
so much, Natalie.
yeah, I'm looking at you right now and you have this glow. I don't know if it's the lights that you're receiving, but maybe it's just your
maybe
inner
it's
light.
light. But I mean, we
It
are
could be your inner
representing
light.
yeah, it can be the light, yeah. But you know, we're representing a country, so I think that a Miss that is representing a place, she needs to be very confident about who she is. And I think that when we do that, we shine, you know, not only me, but all the contestants. So I think that we have this special sparkle that we have to show even more now in this opportunity. So yeah, thank you. You are also shining.
Thank you. I'm a little bit tired today, but the moment I start speaking about the things that are important to me, and the moment I get to connect with another human being, such beauties like you and so many other contestants, that's what gives me energy as well. And I feel like I can go through the entire day on that
Yeah.
high vibration. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And you are a very inspiring person. And having these moments with us, I include myself because I am in a contestant too. So having these moments with us, it really gives us more, how can I say that? More knowledge about it, about the pageant, having more opportunity to talk, to really show what we have inside of us. So thank you for the opportunity to be here. It is
Well,
really amazing.
you're most welcome, and I'd love to give you another opportunity here to on this platform to talk about your most important cause and something that's most cherished in your heart, something that you're going to go to Miss Universe and tell everyone. What are you bringing to Miss Universe as a message?
I am a psychology student, and I believe that in today's world, we need to really pay attention to people and to know them, to see them, not only on Instagram, but also in personally. So I want to improve this. I want to really take a break, take a focus on this, and also to show the people that watch us that we look like we are perfect, but we're not, and that's okay to be not perfect all the time. You know, I am right now very how can I say? Help me with the English. Like produce it. Yeah, produce it, right?
Made up,
Makeup and hair done, you
yes.
know. But if I take a picture of me when I just woke up this morning, it would be like two different people, you know. And we live those
Amen to
moments.
that. You should have
Amen
seen
to
me
that.
half
That's
an hour
right.
ago.
We're all human. And we go through challenging times. We just came. We're still in a hard time, the pandemic, and we all are living this challenging moment. And sometimes we have to respect that. And I want to really be an example that beauty queens has also this hard times, these challenging times, and
Yeah.
that's okay. So creating a space of talk that we can really improve this and show to people things that we can do to help in our routine and our ways to do our choices and to live our lives. So that's the point. You know, it's really to use my knowledge, my an example, my history to connect people and to inspire them.
Wow, this is so great. I love psychology, by the way. I read a lot of books on psychology. Is there a favorite book or psychology, like psychologist, maybe psychiatrist, psychologist
Well, I
that you
love
have?
Freud. I like Freud. Some
Okay.
people don't, but I like him. I believe
I
that.
have a few kind of disagreements with Freud's and
Yeah, I do too. I mean, yeah, totally. He is sometimes he's a little radical too much. But I like the way that he gives the importance of the childhood and that everything comes from our childhood. And that makes so much sense because sometimes we are grow up people and we don't know what we have in the past that still have an impact in our lives today. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes we have to stop and look back and see that we have to solve some things. So I think I love the way that he introduced it to the childhood, um, and talked about the traumas and things that we have to still solve. Um,
Yes, that is so, so important. And of course, based on Freud's theories, a lot of the other psychologists who came out with their own theories and built on his work. So he was kind of like the original, the father
yes,
of
he was
a lot of
original
these
and
theories.
he really inspired other people, that following him. You know,
Yeah,
like Young. I don't know if you know
exactly. I
Young.
was just going to say that I'm a big fan of Carl Jung, and he's also, you know, he was kind of coming after Freud, so
Yes,
building
just
on
after
the work
Freud.
of Freud.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I just found a quote by Carl Jung that I find very, very inspiring, and something, if I was competing again in a pageant, I would use this quote in one of my answers, in the final answer, maybe. So this quote is, every human life contains a potential. And if that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted.
That
Isn't that
is
wonderful?
amazing quote. Yes, I love this too. It is
Do you
really
have any favorite quotes? Because I always, when I teach my methods of nailing the interview and final answer, I always talk about these little quotes or sound bites that we have to memorize and use in, you know, conjunction with your own experiences. But it gives you such an incredibly brilliant way to answer a question when you give that little philosophy or sound bite or a quote from somebody, like for example from your role model. Do you have a favorite quote or words that you live by?
well. I do have many, but you know what? I just blanked now that you asked. But I remembered one that I don't know if I would use in the pageant, but it's a thing that I carry inside of me that I still used to say that sometimes God gets behind the coincidences.
Yes,
So I
yes,
believe that sometimes God really tries to talk to us behind little things, and we need to pay attention to that because sometimes he repeating all the time, but we don't listen. And that is the way that I really gets connected with Him, trying to
that's
see the coincidences, the things that sometimes are just in front of me, and to really read that voice, listen to that voice.
right,
Yeah.
right. It's so true that we get all of these messages sent to us constantly, and sometimes if we are not aware, if we're not tuned in, we'll just turn a blind eye and walk right over an amazing opportunity. So it's so wonderful to hear you reminding us once again to pay attention to all of those little coincidences.
Yes,
There
that's
could be a reason for that coincidence. I mean,
yes.
sometimes we can say, oh, it was just a chance, it was just a good luck or whatever, but you know, when you dig deeper, it's not. There's a
It's
reason
not.
behind
And sometimes there's
everything
so
that
much to show us, and we don't pay attention. Um, it is very special thing that I carry inside of me that I feel that it makes different in my life because where sometimes people say things to me, and sometimes listen to those voices are going to make me to follow a wrong way. And when I slow down and try to see the coincidences, also the voice that I hear inside of me, I have the right answer.
yeah.
And maybe I can, maybe not. I will truly use this in Miss Universe. I will
Okay.
truly
Yes.
listen to my inner voice, um, and I think that that's the way that I want to do every day as the best day. Even more being in Israel, one place that I always wanted to know. So it's going to be a great experience. Listen to my inner voice, the Holy Spirit, and being in Israel. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Truly,
Wow,
I am
wow.
so,
There's
so, so
some,
excited.
I think there's going to be some magic happening in Israel.
Yeah, I
I am
really
just
believe that.
expecting a lot of fantastic things coming from all of you ladies. And yes, if I can give you that one little piece of advice, is that whatever you just said, is so beautiful and so profound, find a way to shorten that into like, you know, one sentence, maybe even say it in Portuguese, right? Because it's something that will come naturally for you, right?
Yeah,
That saying
yeah,
that listen to that, the voices, the messages from God, from the universe, from whatever,
yeah,
right? To pay attention to lead you down the right path. And that is because that is such an important part of your life and how you live your life. It'll be so easy for you to answer questions like that
yeah.
when you say this quote or you say this philosophy, and then you elaborate on that based on your own experience.
That's a good tip. Thank you so much. I love it.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Any favorite books that you have that you're reading at the moment?
Yes, I have one very interesting that I really wanted to share with you, which is from Brené Brown. Have you ever heard?
What's the name?
The Courage to Be
Brene?
Vulnerable. The Courage to Be Vulnerable
Ah, okay. Yes,
from
yes. I think
Brené Brown.
Brene Brown. Yes.
Brené Brown, yes.
I need to check this
Um,
book out. I haven't read it yet.
it is a really amazing book. It really talks about our courage, our strength, and it gives us this knowledge and also the self-aware that we are all vulnerable people. We all go through stuff in life, and sometimes we have to pay attention, and sometimes not showing people next to us things that are not happening. You know what I mean? Like sometimes things that doesn't are happening, but sometimes we are so afraid of something that we show people next to us something that doesn't exist, like a parent or husband. It is something happening to you, and it creates a situation that affects people around you. And
Yeah.
I think that is an important thing, because sometimes we have to really take care of ourselves, so then we can have good relationships, have good people around us. And this thing about being a vulnerable person, it is something very important that I think that makes a difference in our quality of life.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that because I just also recently made a post just yesterday, and it was exactly about that, about being human, right? Because sometimes, and I wrote it from a first person perspective, I said, I'm a human being. Sometimes I feel good and sometimes I hurt. Sometimes I wake up full of gratitude, and other times I wake up full of regret. And some
Yeah,
days I'm so excited and hopeful and ready to go for my dreams. And other days I just don't want to bother at all. You know, and it's just it's okay because these are all part of being a human being. The experiences of pain and pleasure, you know, the thoughts that we have, the feelings that corresponds to those thoughts. And I wrote in the end that it's all okay because it's sort of like I'm a canvas on which life is painting the
yeah,
emotions,
and
right?
you're
And
right.
that's okay.
Okay.
I'm an expression of that canvas. So you can just take a look at what you're feeling at any given point, whether it's good or bad, and recognize that it's not who you are. It's not forever. It's just a feeling. It's just an emotion. It's just a
Yeah,
thought.
yeah,
And then let go of trying to hang on to those good moments and let
yeah.
go of trying to control those bad moments and just
That
accept it as it is. And that's what I think what you're talking about being vulnerable, right?
Yes, yes. And sometimes you have to understand that the voices that comes up to your mind sometimes are not you, you know, and you have to really filter what it comes to you to not affect you in an important moment. Like, for example, in Miss Universe, I heard one day a phrase that really touched me about you cannot have negative thought and positive thought at the same time. You have to choose, you know. So if you have negative thoughts, it will come more and more and more, and you
Yeah.
will be just stuck.
Spiraling out of control. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you choose to have positive thoughts, and it comes positive, 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 and you comes to this, you know, serenity and just calm person, So I think that it is about that. You have to be very aware about what you're thinking, about what you are bringing it to you, to not
Yes.
affect your moment, your life. I think
Awareness is the key to everything.
awareness is the key. That's right.
Awareness
Say
of
here,
your,
self-awareness.
yeah, self-awareness, and awareness, of course, of other people and things that are happening in the world. But what you said is so important because, yes, you're right. You cannot hold a positive and a negative thought at the same time. However, if you want to really compete from that deeper place inside of you, that is your true essence, what people call from the heart, right? Speaking
Yes,
from the heart
yes,
and competing from the heart, it's
yes.
actually the best not to have any thoughts at all. And I know it's really difficult because as human beings, we're so conditioned. We have these neural connections, right? The neural pathways that are so etched in that we go to those same thoughts over and over again, even if they're positive thoughts, but they're still thoughts. But if you want to compete from the heart, I truly believe, and I'm sure you would agree with me, that you need to let go of trying to follow any thought, whether it's positive or negative, and just feel in the present moment by bringing your attention here and now. And your
Yeah,
thoughts are not here and now. Your thoughts are always about the past or the future. So
yes.
here and now is where the body is, the breath, your senses that you're experiencing everything with, right? So the moment you bring yourself into the here and now, you're not really following any particular thought. You're speaking directly from the true essence.
That is so true. You're totally
And
right. Totally
can you
agree with you.
can we talk about that? And like, have you done that when you were competing at Miss Brazil Universe?
Yes, I did. You know what? And at the first day of Miss Universe Brazil, I got really sick, and I lost the day, the whole entire day. And in the beginning of the day, I had to go in the hospital because I was throwing up all the time. It was terrible.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was really afraid of losing, of not doing it. Not being able to do the other
of
days and everything.
course. It's like, oh my God, this is the best chance of my life, and here I am failing.
Yeah,
I'm
that
feeling sick. I'm
yeah, I
not at
was
my
so,
best at all. Oh, that
yeah.
must have been
But
terrible.
then I just came to myself and I thought, okay, I have to come back. I need to really attract positive thoughts so I can come back, and talk to my body and really to pay attention to what is happening right now. Maybe it's some anxiety or something, or maybe it's not that. It's just humanity. Is it humanity that you said? Like, yeah.
The
Uh,
like, you mean
like
the
the
air was human?
no, 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 no. No, oh my God, I forgot the word. Um, that
Oh,
our body
exhaustion.
protects ourselves from the virus, and
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh,
so
immunity.
humanity. Yes,
Immunity. Yes.
yeah. And but then I just started having this gratitude thoughts that I was living my best moment in my life, and I took a break, rested for the whole day, and the next day I was good. I was fine. I was okay. I did it. I just permitted to have a little bit of rest, and sometimes that is important.
That is just
Um,
what your body needed, just that.
is
And
what my
in
body
moments
needs.
like
That's right.
that, I love how you turned it around, like completely turned it around 180 degrees. And in moments like that, it's super important to go to those positive thoughts. That's
Yes.
when you really need your mind to talk yourself through those things. And of course, in moments when it's do or die like that, that's when you really need that positive mindset. But when you're already
Makes us
feeling
more
good,
strong.
yeah, it makes us super strong. But when you're already feeling good, I think that's when you don't have to listen to your mind at all. That's when you can just let go and say, I'm here, I'm fine, everything's good. I just need to relax, lean into it, and allow my heart to speak. And,
Yeah.
I'm sure that after that horrible moment of weakness, that's when you came back so much stronger and you were shining so radiantly and you competed at the highest level because you won. I mean, look at that. You won this incredible opportunity. Wow, this is so inspiring.
You are also inspiring woman. Do you know that my history is very similar to yours?
Yeah,
You went to a pageant in 2004, if I'm not wrong, and you
that's
got
right.
fourth place,
And
third, second run.
yes, I was third, I think third runner up. Yeah, I was in the top five.
Yeah, and the next year you competed again and you won. And
That's
that's
right.
what happened to me too. In 2000,
Really?
yeah, I tried Miss Universe Brazil in 2018, and I got in the second runner up. And then there were a rule that didn't permit that us could can participate again.
Right.
But this year, this rule changed, and I was able to go again. And I went. I did. I said, okay, that's my time.
Yep.
Uh, so yeah,
Yep. Yep.
here
Okay.
I am.
So we have a lot in common. I can see that. And this is that kind of resilience and that strong mindset, the
Resilient.
winning mindset that is so essential to stare down into failure and say, it does not define me. I can still continue to compete and I can still go for my dreams. And look at
Yeah.
that. You know, you did
Yeah.
it. I'm so, so excited for you, Teresa. This is beautiful story, and I can't wait to see what the universe has in store for you.
Me
Let's
too.
take just a couple of questions here that so many people were excited to see you, and they wrote in a lot of fantastic questions. Um, and let's go to that. There's one person named FP Martini. Uh, if you could ask Andrea Meza anything, what would you ask her? Like, what kind of advice would you ask?
Um, I would ask her the best advice she could give me. Like, Andrea, as Miss Universe, what do you have to say to me right now? Like, what is the best advice you have? Maybe sleep more, or trust yourself, or just go ahead and do it. You know, what is the best advice that you can give me? Because I mean, she is the Miss Universe, and she knows what is challenging. She knows what is the most hard times that I'm sure that sometimes are going to be to have, because it is normal when you are in such in a position that you have responsibility, and you left your country and you go to a new place. So I might that sometimes are going to be a little bit challenging. But I would ask her, what is the biggest advice that she can give me? Like, what she learned the most that she would wanted that somebody to have told her. So probably that.
Okay. Would you want to know more about advice about the competition or more about how to be Miss Universe? Because those are two very
About,
different things.
oh no, about being Miss Universe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's really important because we have so many coaches and so many people telling us how to compete, and we prepare how to compete, but no one is actually telling us how to be Miss Universe. There's no
And you know
course
what?
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Miss Universe, it doesn't happen only when you get the crown. It really is the whole entire year. So you have to be very ready, you know, and being very
Yeah,
confident.
exactly.
So that's why I would ask her about that.
I would do the same to the reigning queen in my year as well, who was Jennifer Hawkins when I was competing from Australia. And I would probably have to ask her the same thing, like, what's the best advice you can give me for being Miss Universe? Because I was not prepared. I was prepared to compete and be the best version of myself on the Miss Universe stage. But after that, it was, I had to learn on the job. No
Yeah.
one told me what to do. I had
But
to figure
can
it
I do
out.
this question for you? I mean, you're
Yes,
also in a Miss
yes.
Universe. So what is the biggest advice that I'm going to do two questions. What
Okay.
is your best advice, not only being Miss Universe, but also competing at Miss Universe?
Competing for Miss Universe?
For Miss Universe, yes.
Okay. So let's go competing for Miss Universe. Of course, I already talked about that kind of experience where you are not following every thought in your mind, but just completely opening yourself up to the present moment and allowing your voice to come out, like the true, real voice of Teresa, right? Of the inner you. And when you walk, it's also the inner you that comes out and walks through you, so that you're not thinking, oh, where should I turn? What should I do? How should I put my hand? And where should I look? It happens naturally and authentically. And that kind of magic only happens when you train yourself to bring yourself into the present moment as often as possible. The same way that you go to the gym to train your muscles and train your cardiovascular system to be strong. The same thing is your attention needs to be so on point that anytime, at any given point, you can just close your eyes and say, yep, right there. I've just tuned in into that present moment. And that happens with time, you know? You can't just not do it and then all of a sudden on stage decide to do it for the first time. So my recommendation to you is that continue practicing your meditation, your breath work, moments of where you scan your body and make sure that you're breathing, make sure you're feeling your feet and your hands, because those are all the doorways into the present moment. And that's when you get really good at it, you can do it anytime. Like I'm speaking to you right now, and at the same time, I'm feeling the presence of my hands and my feet. And that's what's helping me to find the right words, to allow the inner, divine voice inside of me to come out without having to rely on just the brain alone, on just the mind alone. Because the mind is a powerful tool, but it can also turn against us.
Yes, that is true. And also, if the focus being authentic, I think, right?
Yeah, well, that's how you are being authentic. Being authentic, what does it mean? People always talk about it. Oh, be authentic, be real, be you. What does that mean and how do you do that?
Well, in my opinion, I think that being authentic is more about doing the same thing that you would do at home. You know what I mean? Like the way that you act with people here is also the way that you are going to act with them there.
Absolutely.
So it's really being the same, because you cannot maintain like a page, like a person that you are not. So you have to someday the real you are going to show. So you have to really be who you are.
Well, you're really good at that, Teresa, because I'm speaking to you right now and I really feel like this is how you are when you're with your friends, when you're at home with your family. I truly feel that this is how you are. But unfortunately for a lot of people, it's not as natural. And when people say, well, how do you be authentic? And immediately, because of those pre-programmed neural connections, they snap into pageant mode. And they're so sweet and so natural and authentic. And the moment they get asked a question for an interview, they snap into this robot mode, into this autopilot mode that makes them go into what they think the judges want them to say, or how they're expected. They think they're expected to act a certain way. So this is what I'm saying, that you need to get into that mode of paying attention to how are you feeling at any given point. Am I acting like somebody else, or am I acting like myself? Am I feeling uncomfortable, like I'm feeling nervous in front of these judges, or am I feeling like I'm here amongst my friends, right? So I think it's going to be very, very easy for you, because I see that you are truly, truly you. But just by speaking to you for this last few minutes.
Thank you so much. I truly believe that besides being what we are, but also not being afraid about being who we are. I think that we are so unique per people, and we have such a unique personality. And I'm not afraid to be with all my imperfection and my limits. I just said in the other live, he's a surgeon. So we were talking about the perfection and the beauty standards, and how I think about the plastic surgeries and everything, and also the personality. And I just said to him that I was not in the entire pageant. I was so comfortable with who I am that is my strength.
That's it. Yeah.
Just continue your answer. Sorry, I just
No,
interacting with
this is pretty much it. And I think that for you, it's already comes natural to you to be in the present moment and to act as your authentic self. So I wouldn't even worry about that. So just continue doing that. And the only thing I would advise to you is just do really get those mindful moments where you sit down alone and you recharge, you replenish that energy, because it's going to be so much go time in this universe that you're going to need to have those moments of quiet reflection where you ask yourself, how am I really feeling right now? Am I feeling overwhelmed? Am I feeling exhausted? Am I feeling pressure? Am I feeling like I'm comparing myself to somebody else? Because again, the mind is a monkey. It's going to go to a lot of different places.
yeah,
So
it is like
awareness, right? Awareness of yourself, that's going to help you so much. Now, going back to the second part of your question about my biggest advice for being Miss Universe, it comes back again to awareness. Because when you become Miss Universe, you have to kind of rebrand everything, like restructure your whole identity in your mind. Because going from, you know, a girl who is Miss Brazil, but, you know, still kind of a more or less regular girl, to now
yeah,
being named Miss Universe, it's going to take a lot out of you to say, oh my gosh, like there's going to be a bit of a loss of identity.
yeah,
And that awareness is going to help you so much, because again, you're going to be faced with so much self talk, criticism from yourself, criticism from other people who are going to say, oh, she's not living up to that Miss Universe title, or she should be doing this, or she should be doing that. There's going to be all kinds of voices talking to you from outside and also inside your head. So that identity needs to be so strong about who you are on the inside, besides those labels, besides Miss Universe. Who are you? You're a human being who feels, who has senses, human being who's made of love, who's made of that peace, right? You're not just Miss Universe. You
yeah,
are a human being.
yeah,
And
you are.
so the more you go into that introspective mode, it all comes down to that meditation, to that beautiful introspective moments. And it helped me so much, because no one taught me that. But if I had known what I know now back then, I would have had a much more fulfilling year, a much more richer year, and even an easier time, because I struggled a lot at the beginning. I didn't know what to do with myself. So my
So
advice would be to continue
thank you for
journaling,
sharing
continue
that.
introspection. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But you know, all the things that you're doing now, but don't stop. Okay? Just
Yeah,
keep doing that, because
it's a daily work that we have to do. It's not only like we do one time and that solve all everything. You have to really
yeah,
continue the work and really follow the line and have this day by day, because it's going to be always in life also
of
challenging
course.
times. So you have to really have this, and this really it helps in every area. It's not only pageantly, you know, it's also
Mm,
although the life areas. So it's a good advice
yeah.
that I think it's for many people.
Yes, I do agree with that, that it's an advice that we can all take for life. And, you know, there's a temptation when you win Miss Universe to just sort of say, okay, well, I won, so I don't really have to do anything anymore. You kind of just like let go, meaning like you don't have to continue that self work. But actually, this is the time that you should be doing even more self
Or
work,
yes, that's
even
right.
more. So yeah, and I noticed that a lot with women who I coach who win their national titles, and they kind of feel like entitlement, that now that they won, everything should be given to them, and it doesn't work like that. You don't just get the title and use it for your benefit. You have to make the title. The
Yeah.
title is going to become what you put into it.
Yes, I truly believe in that. That's why I just said that the title, the crown, it is about the year, not only the moment. And you have to do
Yeah,
something great with that, because
yeah,
it is be rememberable.
yeah.
So,
It is going to be what you choose to put into that title, into that
yeah,
crown, into that year. Otherwise, nothing is going to be given to you. I don't
yeah,
care who you are. You could be queen of the universe. You could be queen of I don't know, galaxies, and you could be named the richest person in the world, but if you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the return.
That is
So yeah. I think people are really liking our live. We're getting a
yes,
lot of
I bet they
wonderful
are
comments.
because look how many messages they are sending right now. Oh my God, my
Exactly.
phone is like all the messages glitching, glitching.
Yeah, I was going to turn off the comments, but then I decided to keep them on because I really love to give a chance for people who want to, share their love and their support. And of course, there's going to be every now and then some negative comment, but we
And
don't
you
pay
know
attention
what?
to that.
I'm reading it, the comments, and most of them are in Portuguese. And they're really having a conversation right here about preparation and please do this with her. Please choose this color or take catwalks classes. You know, they're really having a conversation, not sending comments
Yeah.
to us. They are having like a conversation between them. It is
Oh,
funny.
good. And I'm so glad, guys. Thank you so much for your comments. And we're reading all of them. Don't think just because we're not mentioning anything or we're not, acknowledging you, we're still seeing the comments. And one thing I want to say that sometimes when I do lives, like I'll be with one eye looking at the comments, and sometimes there'll be like one negative comment. And it's very interesting how the mind automatically like attacks that comment and goes, oh, how dare they? How can they say that? And then all these other 89% or 99% is positive comments, and the mind goes to the negative one, right? That's the
Yes.
same thing that happens in our minds. When there's positive thoughts, 99% positive thoughts, and one negative thought, and we attach ourselves to that negative thought. So we need to become aware. Oh, wow, how did I react to that one comment? Why don't I focus on all the positive stuff? And that's how you start training yourself. That's how you start to rewire your mind connections, right? By focusing on.
Reflecting about why am I thinking of this, you know, why I'm giving the importance of this. If it is not good, it is not something about me. I just said in other life too, and I think with Luis Lucio, I think it was with him. Anyway, I said to him that sometimes the bad comments, it is more about themselves than to us. It is
Of
not.
course,
It is
always.
not about us. They don't know
Oh,
us. They don't know about our lives and our routine and what we do in real time. You know,
yeah.
and mostly
The
they see
reflection
us.
that people have of themselves that they're giving off. Yeah.
Yes. So that's a interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting. So we need to be compassionate to people who are spreading negativity and hate because they're the
Yeah.
ones that really need compassion and love the most.
Exactly. Yeah. You
Yeah.
just said everything with that sentence.
So beautiful. So beautiful. I love this. I love that we're able to talk about these important subjects and spread some positivity and remind everyone, including ourselves, how important it is to focus on the goodness, on the love, on the unity, that we're all just, one being, one consciousness that is coming out in all these different forms, right?
Yes.
So great.
Yeah.
One last question that I have from the audience is from Silva SS. What do you think it takes for Brazil to win Miss Universe crown? I think in 64 years, there hasn't
Yeah.
been
It has a
one.
long time since we don't have the crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that we had amazing women representing our country. We almost did last year. I
Yes,
mean,
you
got,
did. Julia
yeah,
Gama.
yeah.
Woohoo.
But I mean, it's a pageant, and just one can get the crown. So, I mean, we need to respect that, and just only one can. And I think that all the Miss Universe that we had, they really are amazing. So I think that it just wasn't the right time. I think. I mean, I believe truly that God knows about everything. So maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe it's this year. I don't know.
Exactly. But that's the thing. We don't know. It's a pageant. Anything can happen. So you being your best self is already enough to say, I'm going to try. And if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. And if
Yeah,
it's not meant for me, I'm
yeah,
still going to continue and do all the
yeah,
amazing things that I have in plan,
yeah.
you know, planning. And that's what makes you a winner, regardless of the crown or not.
Yeah, I
I'm
think that the
super excited.
personality it really counts too. Not only the personality, but really our work, what we are, what you just said about putting all those things in the rain, that you have to do something big with that. And I mean, the judges know what is the best. I think so.
Wait, actually, I don't know if they do because I've been a judge. Yeah, I'll tell you something. I've been a judge before in many different national and international pageants, and you're given so little time to make a decision.
Yeah, that is
And
true.
you know, you don't really get a lot of benchmarks because the first girl comes out and you're like, wait, what? What? I have to give a mark, a
Yeah,
number based on what? Like I'm seeing this girl for the first time. How am I supposed to make and give a number? And it's so difficult. So sometimes the judges also don't really know what they're doing, and it
that
comes
that's
down
an
to
interesting thing to really
yeah.
know, because as a contestant we think that okay, she's the best, she's just are the right person, but I mean it is very many factors that are online, so
So many factors. It's
yeah,
who you're standing next to, where you are in the lineup. Are you in the front or are you in the back? And who's coming before you? Is the judge really paying attention or not? And maybe you said something or another person said something that really made the judge tuned in and like you over the other person or like the other person over you. Like there's just so many because it's all subjective, right? It's all based on our personal filters. Like if I'm a judge, I'm viewing you through my own filter. So
yeah,
if I like something about you, that means something in me, made that connection. But somebody else who's just as equally amazing, I didn't feel that connection.
yes,
So it's really at the end of the day, it's kind of like all taking all of those little nuances into account. It comes down to, is it meant for you or is it not meant for you? And
yeah,
that's it. So there's just nothing that you can do other than be yourself and
yeah,
let go of trying to control any outcome. And look how many amazing women were left out of the top 20 last year. Was it something that they did wrong? Absolutely not. Right? So it's like just let go and be happy with absolutely everything that
I mean
you
I think
are.
that we are already winners just to be there. We all,
Exactly.
yeah,
Oh
represent a country is just something so big and so huge,
yeah.
that we have so much people with us, so much people that believes in us, and that is so powerful. And it's not fair that I'm not good enough just because there's one spot left. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like one girl wins, but the whole entire group, they're all winners. I know that sounds cliche, but
Oh,
really true, because we all overcame fears. We all needed to sacrifice some stuff to be there. We all did the same. We all did something to be there.
yes.
But only one can be in the rain, because, anyway, there is only one spot. But I believe that this person, she probably have the she represents all the girls, you know? She's like a leader. She's like the person that truly believes in themselves and carry themselves, really uniting all the girls. So maybe that is a factor that it counts too. I don't know. But I prefer to think of that.
Yeah. Well, if you believe that you have those qualities, then deep down, you believe that you deserve it. And that's really what it comes down to. Do you believe you deserve it?
Yes.
Or is there something in the subconscious mind that's
Hmm.
holding you back, right?
Yeah.
And makes you believe that, oh no, maybe this is not, like, I'm not enough. I'm good, but I'm not enough. And so if you truly open yourself up and say, I believe, yes, of course, I'm good enough to be in that last top two, holding hands with my first runner up, right?
And
I
that is
believe it. I don't know
power,
if I'm
is
going to win, but I
power.
believe that I deserve what it takes.
Yes, Yes, that is true. I totally agree with you.
Wow. Well, I think you're in a completely right winning mindset, and your winning energy is bursting through you like a beautiful fountain. I can see that, and I wish you nothing but the best. You
Thank you
know,
so
of
much.
course, luck has something to do with it. So I do want to wish you a little bit of that luck.
Thank you so
Um,
much. I hope to get to see you in person. You are so beautiful, inspiring. I mean, it is great to be here talking to you.
thank you.
I always wanted to meet you because seriously, I'm not being a fake. I'm being really honest. You are a very inspiring person, and I always wanted to meet you. And thank you
I
so much.
appreciate that, Teresa. Thank you so much. And I do hope we get a chance to meet one day. I won't be going to Israel because of all the travel restrictions and craziness with traveling, but you have an amazing winning journey. Regardless of what happens, you are a winner in every sense of the word. I can see
Thank
that.
you.
Your
Thank you.
genuinity and your authenticity is shining through. And, you know, not to mention how drop dead gorgeous you are.
Oh,
I
thank you
mean,
so much.
you're just so stunning, and look at all the fans and the love and the support that you're getting. That must really fill your heart. So
Yes, truly.
keep that in your heart, and
Motivation. Yeah.
yes, let that fuel you. Okay, I'm pretty sure you need to get some rest because you've been doing a lot of lives and a lot of talking. It's very late, but I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who tuned in today, sending all of your love and all of your hearts and messages and positive energy. And as a thank you to you, Teresa, I'm going to send you an ebook called Tune Into Your Element, which is going to help you define your element of nature, water, fire, earth, or air. We didn't talk about that, but maybe you can do the quiz. I'll send you the link for that, and you can post
Oh, that's
to
awesome.
see,
Really?
yeah, to see which element you are. And then based on the element, you can read about it in the ebook and choose to present yourself according to that element. I'm
That's
really curious to see
awesome.
what you are. Maybe you're a water like me because you're just so full of love and so authentic and genuine, and that's
Thank
really, I mean,
you.
you could be any of those elements, but you do have that beautiful kindness,
Thank
like a
you.
Disney princess.
Oh, you too.
Thank
You're
you so much, and stay tuned for more Win the Crown live sessions as we get ready for Miss Universe pageant. Follow Teresa if you're not yet already to see her winning journey. And please do give me a follow so I can help you to win in life, in love, and to win the crown. Thank
thank
you,
you
my
so
beautiful
I just
lady.
wanted to say something.
Yeah.
I think that people in Brazil are like saying that they want to come here. So if you have an opportunity to come to,
Mm,
just come. That
of
you have a
course.
big cheer and beer public that loves you. So
Well,
be
it
welcome
would
to
be
you.
my second time because I've been to Brazil when I was Miss Universe.
Oh,
And
really?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous country that I would love to explore more of. Hopefully this time with my family.
That's
Thank you
all.
for the invitation.
All the invites from all over the Brazilian people. They love you.
Oh, that's so lovely. And I so much love back. I'm wearing kind of your country colors today, right? This
Oh, yeah, that's
green, right?
great.
The green for
And
the
actually,
flag.
it is one of my favorite colors: blue, green, gold, and yellow. Yeah,
Ah,
it is the Brazilian colors too. So,
yes, yes, it is. Lots of love to Brazil. Obrigado. Thank you so much.
ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Bye bye.